Welcome to this video. To basically explain what's going on. This is a miniature pseudo update slash just channel, state of the channel type thing. Because usually it's around this time when I started doing daily content, and I wanted to sort of give you guys an idea of where I'm at in terms of both, the game, my sort of opinions on games right now, where I stand in terms of enjoyment and other such things like that. And overall, I'm okay, honestly. It may not seem like it with the lack of me talking in a lot of videos recently, or in a lot of like Let's Play based stuff. Even with that, I usually am playing Let's Play games for the story anyway, so I don't want to talk over people and stuff like that. But when it comes to content like Call of Duty and stuff like that, albeit I haven't been able to play it recently because I want to make sure that if SAG-AFTRA goes on strike, I'm able to support them by not playing games that are struck. But all things considered, if things go well, because they're supposed to be meeting as of me recording this today, we would have met yesterday. Yeah, with all that things considered, I have basically just been kind of taking it at my own pace, trying to chill and do my own thing without necessarily ruining my vibe, you know? And that's the best way to say it is I'm just trying to do things without ruining my own vibe and everything. But obviously there's limits to that. There's limits to how much my mental health can take. And I'm not afraid to admit that I have been dealing with some bad mental health as of, I'm not gonna say too recently, but as of recently I've been dealing with some stuff related to IRL work, which I'm gonna leave off, like, out of this video for now. But I've just been kind of out of it, honestly, just because I've been, oh, here we go. Hear my dog barking. He's just been going nuts, and obviously my mom's gonna be yelling at him because he's doing random stuff. Regardless, yeah, I've just been kind of just trying to do my own thing, like how Miles says it in the newest freaking Spider-Verse movie. I'm gonna do my own thing. Been dealing with a lot of just mental health. Has been, not gonna say hard, but it's been a challenge to say the least. And I haven't been letting it get to me. I've been very much on the side of just trying to let it not bug me and basically just excuse me. Excuse me again. But yeah, it's just been, oh, hold on, one more. Okay, I just muted myself for that one. Sorry. I would have done it the first time, but I didn't feel it the first time. But yeah, I've just been trying to, again, just do my own thing, just try and not let things get to me. But obviously there's a limit to that. There's a limit to how much a single person can take when it comes to their mental health and other things like that. So, to say the least, I've been... I have been taking it easy in terms of trying to make sure that nothing goes too far south and trying to make sure that everything is good. And I know this is more or less the state of the channel and I'm talking about myself, but my emotions affect the channel, so it's like, hey, listen, I'm having bad mental health, the channel's gonna start suffering and all that. So to basically summarize, I'm doing okay. I've been having some bad mental health days here and there, bad mental health, just foggy mental health days, but other than that, I've been doing a lot better for myself, all things considered. And here we go again with him barking. Um, as for the channel, I feel like it's in a very good spot. I know it's a past couple of weeks has had a lot of similar content. Not because of anything that I'm doing or anything related to SAG-AFTRA or anything like that. It's just in general I've been having a lot of different pieces of content that have been not the most successful, or not as successful as I was hoping. But I don't let stuff like that get to me at all anymore. Just, I don't care. It's just if the video does well, it's like, ooh, video did well, yay. That whole thing. But yeah, I'm just in a mindset right now with not just games, but like the content in general, where I don't really care if something is going to do well as long as I'm having fun posting it. For example of that being some of the content I planned during October, strikes notwithstanding. Obviously, like essentially, whether we get strikes or not isn't going to change when I'm going to upload, but it will add a couple of different things I have planned, regardless. But yeah, I very much have been very happy with how content has been going up. And one thing in particular that I'm very happy with has been Let's Plays. And this isn't me saying I'm going to switch entirely over to Let's Plays. I'm going to completely swap over. It's going to be all Let's Plays from here on in. No, no, no. I'm happy that people are enjoying that type of content because it's something I do like making. And while it's something I know I'm not going to be pushing any farther than I already have been, I do believe that having that variety of Let's Play content in comparison to what I would normally post has been good. Because it opens up a whole new variety of content for me and exposes me to games that I may not have otherwise played. For example of that being, like Metroid, stuff like that, like all those games. And while I know I didn't do Zelda, just the idea of me doing Blue Zelda playthrough was really a good idea. And I will say this, I know we haven't really posted on it very much in the past couple of months or so, but myself and Evie have been trying to want to get Foxden back up and Foxden going again. It's been a mixture of a whole bunch of different things that's been causing us to not want to do it. Mixture of burnout and other things like that just have been kind of stacking on top of each other in terms of our enjoyment of stuff. We do have a couple series already kind of planned out and a couple of videos already recorded and basically near ready to go, other than like them not being up, you know, and edited, but we do have plans to try and get that going again. As for this channel, I do have plans in the future for more types of content, especially involving VTubing. Because I know I'm a VTuber and I don't use my model that often. It's not just because I don't like doing it for Let's Plays. I do want to do it for more Let's Plays. I like doing it for horror stuff because it makes sense, because it's meant to be in place of a face cam. But I haven't been doing it at all recently, and that's just solely because my PC just can't handle that much load on itself. And if you are interested, there is the Ko-fi in the description. That is almost all the funds on that go towards my savings account and go towards funding the betterment of my life, whether that be towards a car or whatever, so I can get to work and pay bills or whichever. Regardless, that is basically what that's for. It's not meant to be leeching money to put into something that's going to go not towards the channel. That entire thing is meant to go towards the channel or to go towards my betterment. essentially. It's not going to go towards something of negative, like, it's not going to go towards anything of a negative connotation. It's going to go back into being put towards the channel or otherwise. For example, that being is like, it pays for Ubers if I ever need to go to work, it pays for gas so we can put it in our car, stuff like that. It's not going to go towards doing anything else other than that sort of thing. As for overall content, I want to add so much more ideas to the channel. And there's actually a couple of videos that I've already kind of planned out that I just haven't been able to execute on because of a multitude of things. Like that being a mixture of like a good example of that being I want to do a comprehensive like retrospective on my opinion with like Apex. I want to do stuff on Starfield. I have a video that I basically have recorded all the footage for. I haven't recorded the VO like I'm doing now. For a Starfield, like, sort of first impression / review of the game compared to other Bethesda games. But with Bethesda being a game that is affected technically by the strikes, I can't do it, so, yeah, there's that. And there's also, I have video plans on stuff involving, COD, involving, obviously, when Zombies comes out, I plan on covering Zombies, like, a crap load, because you know me, I love Zombies. I plan on covering a whole bunch of stuff involving Destiny 2's Final Shape. I have a whole bunch of stuff involving, obviously, tomorrow you guys are getting the normal, the whole normal season finale VTuber model reaction stuff, because apparently there is a big cutscene that, well, is not going very well in terms of being received. It is still a cutscene that's worth watching, so I'm excited to do that after recording this. And overall, I've just been so hesitant to... I've been hesitant to branch out into other different ideas of content, because I know I kind of did it with the Doctor Who video, but I want to go into a sort of movie / TV review type content, but I also don't want to make my own channel on it, because I don't like doing other channels unless it's for a collaborative thing, you know? I like Foxden because it's a collaborative channel. I don't like doing the idea of doing a channel that's only IRL stuff, or only like that's only IRL stuff, or only like one game content. I want like gaming to be a gaming channel. I want this channel to be a gaming channel and the other channel to be something else. Alright. Sorry about that. But yeah, like in terms of wanting to branch out and do more content, I'm hesitant to want to do it as its own channel, because I don't want to try and grow two channels and have one grow past the other. Which isn't to say I don't want to have that success. I want to have one thing be my main success right now. And yeah, it doesn't feel good if I'm having the channel that I've worked so hard on basically become near useless because of me essentially improving my content and getting the content that I want, or the content that I decide to make, and making that be the, like, think of it this way, right? I don't want this channel to be the main source of... I want this channel that you're watching this video on now to be the main thing I work towards when it comes to content. I don't want a movie review channel, or a channel based off of... a channel based off of, like, TV shows or whatever, to be the primary source of my enjoyment and creativity, if that makes sense. I want to still be able to, I want to be able to have something that isn't locked to this channel, but also not be jeopardizing the one thing I have, if that makes sense. Which isn't to say I don't want to make more content on more things, it's just I want to have one thing successful first, and that's sort of just this channel, and obviously Foxden. Foxden's its own separate thing, so I don't feel nearly as disgruntled about having this channel be successful as opposed to something like Foxden, because Foxden's still the same type of content that I'm already uploading, if that makes sense. It's not like it's a channel that is entirely based off of a different topic that I'm not interested in doing. It is based off a topic I'm very interested in doing, which is gaming, and it basically allows us to branch out to games that will inevitably be covered on my channel anyway. Although maybe it just allows it for more of a better take on it because of stuff like older games. It's not necessarily I don't want to say I want to play older games, but older games are going to be have a lot more of a spotlight because the fact of it's more fun when you're playing a game and able to make fun of it with a bunch of friends than it is when you're playing it by yourself and have nothing better to do. So that's sort of the idea when it comes to Foxden, is that it's not meant to be it's not meant to take away from this channel. It's meant to be a secondary output of content that on games that I may not ever cover, or games that I will cover in a different, like games that I will cover, but just maybe not the same way as I covered on there. Hell, there's gonna be even some exclusive content on there only, and hell, I think no matter what happens, is that channel will be the thing that I think will stay no matter what. Because I've straight up said this before, I've wanted to delete this channel a couple times now because of just bad mental health days. I've thought that this channel is basically worthless and I should delete it because it's not worth trying to do anything with this channel because it's just dead. I've had days where I think this channel is so dead that it's not worth trying to upload to it. And I should just stop while I'm ahead and all that, but through everything I keep going. And that's at no fault of... And that's it because every single person I interact with about the channel is either like, I like the games that you cover and you're not afraid to just play whatever you want, and you're also not afraid to just play the game and not be backseated, basically. Which is part of the reason why I'm like so happy that games where I'm just looking at a guide for assistance aren't failing, because I will admit I have to use a guide for something because I'm not amazing at games. I need to sometimes look stuff up, and I'm glad that those games aren't getting hit with a hammer in terms of popularity. But in terms of enjoyment, I definitely say I've been having a lot more fun doing Let's Plays, a lot more, even if it is a little stuff that's been delayed sometimes, just due to overall unfortunate stuff. But hey, that's what happens when you, that's what happens when you have a part-time job that has very inconsistent schedules sometimes. That being said, I still am always looking to improve and always looking to try and find new ways of innovating content, whether that be trying out a new game, trying out a new editing style, trying out just something, basically. I'm always trying to try new things. I'm always looking to try different content ideas. And to put it simply, I am not getting burnt out I'm running out of ideas, and I'm running out of ideas in a way that's making me afraid of wanting to do more. Like, I have been doing Destiny pretty consistently for a few years now because I've actually found a way of recording it, obviously since my capture card. Because I can't do stream highlights because I never have, because you'll see in this gameplay, I lose a good chunk of these games, as well as in general, a lot of the games that I do win, I don't do very well in. I actually can't remember. I'm recording this obviously after the fact, but I'm not the greatest at games. I'm not afraid to admit that. And that's never what my content's been about. It's been about having fun playing video games and screwing around with friends, or doing something for the first time, or trying to gain that experience of just couch gaming, basically. Or like just the old school Modern Warfare commentary type vibe, essentially. Like, I want it to be more old school. I don't want to be this zoomer, like, high intensity, like, everything must be like this type thing. Because, one, I can't do it. I don't understand how people keep up with that type of content. And two, I'm just not that type of person. I'm not the type of person to want to try and force content for the sake of getting views. It's why there's been a lot of videos that I've scrapped because I didn't like the content. For example, much as I love Breath of the Wild, that game is huge, and I didn't want to try and force myself to play a game. I didn't want to try and force myself to play a game that I really wanted to enjoy for the sake of content. I wanted to be able to have a game that I could play for myself and have it be a thing that I could play for myself and all that. To say I'm not going to do any videos on that is not true. We'll probably do something on Fox Den. We'll probably do Breath of the Wild on Fox Den. We will probably do a whole bunch of games on Fox Den regardless. But the big thing is I don't want the content to be forced. I don't. And it's why I've basically decided to, in terms of specifically Let's Plays, while I will be going in blind to Let's Plays, I'm not going to be forcing... I'm not going to be forcing myself to be basically running around like a chicken with my head cut off. I'm going to look stuff up for the sake of making sure the series gets finished. I'm not going to pull the same mistake I did with Undertale, which I will straight up say is not going to be finished on this channel. Because as much as I want to finish that game has not been ruined for me, but that game has forever been kind of tainted by this idea of I suck at it, and I suck at it so bad that I really shouldn't be playing it type thing. And I do love Undertale. I love the story and the world. I haven't even seen the ending. I know the genocide ending, obviously, but I haven't seen the main ending. But in terms of where I want to take the channel in terms of content, and it's mainly going to be in the sense of content style rather than the actual things I'm covering, I do want to do some more highly edited and or review / video essay like content. When or how that's going to be covered, I don't know. I will be basically announcing when stuff will be happening over on Twitter or in X. But if you're interested in keeping up with that sort of stuff, follow me over on there. If not, I do have a Threads account. I do have a bunch of other social media you can keep up with me on. I'll occasionally try to do stuff with the community tab too if I remember, like a normal person. But regardless, it'll be a thing where I'm going to try and be covering a bunch of different types of games, either in video essay format or otherwise. So it's basically games that are way too long. Like, the only game I plan on the only two Let's Plays I plan on finishing that are in this sort of very, very long format are going to be Persona 5 and Fallout New Vegas. More or less Fallout New Vegas for sure, but Persona 5 is a maybe, if only because I don't know if I can recover basically the playthrough, in the sense of I want to make sure it's done in a way that I feel satisfied with the ending, right? Basically, which is to say, I'm not going to cover it anymore. I'm going to upload it more eventually. It's just I've been busy, and I want to cover other games first. As for upcoming content, basically for the end of the year, obviously we have the Sonic Frontiers DLC. I use that term loosely. There's this new story. There is obviously Teal Mask should be finished by the end of the year. I know I uploaded a lot of that recently, but it's like I've been having fun with it. I want to kind of give you guys a taste of what me and Evie kind of do when we're just playing games, and we're doing basically Foxden moments is what I want to start calling them. And there's also a bunch of stuff that I have planned for COD, for Destiny 2. Like, obviously I still need to do the Crota Zen raid. I hopefully am planning to do that sometime, like, soon, hopefully. There's obviously content involving there's obviously going to be content involving others on different platforms, on stuff like that, and also, like, perfect example is, obviously I want to do more Foxden stuff. That should be happening at some point. I don't know when, but there'll be more content on that. There's going to be content on Call of Duty, like always, just because there's the new COD coming out. There's the beta. There's the Haunting. There's so much going on in the gaming space right now that I have plans to upload more of it. It's just right now I can't, just because I don't want to force content if I don't have to. And just as another example is, I also plan on doing videos on Dead by Daylight again, because I do want to actually get into that game a little bit more, get a little more into the thick of that game. And I also want to do more videos on a lot of things. There's a lot of games I want to cover. I mean, hell, if I just take a quick gander at my games and apps, I want to do a series on Jedi Survivor. I want to do a series on a bunch of games that I have on my list here. There's a whole lot. I want to do... There's going to be a eventual series on... I'll spoil a couple series. There's going to be the ending of Limbo. There's going to be a series on Celeste. There's going to be a series on Dead Space Remake. I'm going to finish Alien Isolation. There's going to be a series on Soma. There's going to be a series on the Resident Evil remakes. And hopefully the new trilogy. Starting next year, after Halo Infinite is finished, the next big franchise going to be covering is Gears of War. There's a lot of content that I have planned, and I don't want to have it diminished and ruined by my mental health. So if series get delayed or whichever else, it's because I didn't want to force content for the sake of making the video. But to say that I'm going to, like, cancel a series like I did with Breath of the Wild, I'm not going to try and do that anymore. I'm not. But I will say this. I plan on covering a bunch of different games in the future that are going to be very different than what I normally cover. And as for streaming, I want to get back into streaming once my PC is once I get a new PC and I'm able to do VTubing and recording and streaming all at once, especially if I can do so with getting my own place and a bunch of other things like that. But that being said, I have no idea how much longer is in the gameplay, but if there is more gameplay to be had, I'll let you guys just enjoy that. I know this is kind of a rambly, ranty video, but if you guys did enjoy this video and you want to see more gameplay-based videos and less talky, be sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos. in general, because again, I do plan on trying to upload more content based around things I like. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video live stream I make. Have a good day, buddy. Stay safe. I'm gonna go record a video on the new the stuff that happened at Reset on Destiny 2. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Have a good day, buddy. Stay safe. And dingus moment.
Only one ally is left. It is in their hands now. This round is theirs, but you can win the next. Opponent revived. Both teams are tied. Suspense, I love this. Left, my friend. Only one ally is left. It is in their hands now. This round is theirs, but you can win the next. Your opponents have match points, so what? You have many bullets. Left, my friend. You are back in the fight. Next time, my friend. Next time. It is a mark of honor to accept your loss with humility.